Hey everybody, what's up and welcome back. And I've got about 45 minutes to fish. It's evening time. It's finally cooled off a little bit. It's super humid today. It's overcast. And I'm actually going to try to target some panfish today. Probably going to catch some bass too. But I really want to see if I can catch some big crappies. There's some big crappies in here and there's some really big bluegills. I kind of want to mess around with some panfish today. And we're just going to see what we can catch. We got 45 minutes. We're going to fish fast and furious. And so I've got a twister tail grub and a green pumpkin tied on and one in white tied on. 1/15 ounce jig heads on them, and a light spinning rod and reels, medium fast spinning rods and reels. 200 series reels with medium fast rods, 7T rods. So let's see what we're gonna catch. We're gonna jump on it. All right, everybody, little white twister tail grub, 1/15 ounce jig head, and we're gonna see if we can catch some panfish. Probably catch some bass too, because these little grubs usually will get some bass as well. But just want to give it a whirl. There's some really good sized crappie in this, and there was a fish right there that just grabbed it. Just missed him. That was funny. Just as I'm talking and walking down, fish grabbed it. And there's one right there. Oh, that was a decent bass. I'm hung in the trees now. Ah, that was a decent bass right there. Isn't it? Got some fish down here. Just gotta get on it. Oh, got him. Little bass. Little bass right there. I'll take him. Wow, I'm hooked up on myself. Alright guys, little bass. Man, he's pretty though. There you go, little twister globe. Nice little bass. Off. Alright everybody. Little white Mr. Twister grub, 1/15 ounce jig head, little twister tail. You can buy these things at Walmart and all kinds of places like that. Just a little simple Yums twister, or there's a couple companies that make them. Got him. I think that's a bass. Yep, another bass. Come on. Alright guys. A little bit, man, turtle took a chunk out of him. Look at that. See that? That's a turtle or something trying to get a hold of him. Number 2. See you, bud. Cool. Alright. 2 bass so far on this little white grub. I'm trying to catch crappie and panfish. The bass are biting. That's funny. We're moving fast, people. Ah. There's one. Got him. Not a bad bass either. Oh, that's a decent critter right there. Yeah, that's on a twister green pumpkin. He just hammered that. It's better, bigger. I'll take him. Twister and green pumpkin. Alright guys, twister tail green pumpkin. Nice little bass. See you, bud. There's one. Another bass. Two shabby little pond bass. Look at that. Twisters. You can golf that thing. Alright. Not a big one, but we'll take him. Alright guys. See you, bud. Alright, all I'm throwing is this twister bait on a 1/15 ounce head. This is Mr. Twister. And yeah, we're getting on some fish. Got him. Got him. I don't know what he is, but we got him. Not a bass. Not a bad bass either. Probably the biggest one of the night. Longest anyway. Well, if you guys can see that, there's another one. A little bass. Alright guys, he's going back. I know you can't see it, but he's going back in the water. Alright everybody, I am back home, and yeah, what a fun evening of fishing. I fished for an hour and 20 minutes and caught 11 fish. Now, ironically, I did go down there to kind of try to target some crappie and some panfish because there's tons of big panfish in there, so some good sized crappie in there, and there's a lot of good bass in there as well. But I usually don't specifically target panfish most of the time. When I come across crappie when I'm bass fishing, I will stop and target them and catch the tar snot out, and then I go back to bass fishing is what I do most of the time. I don't usually specifically, most of the time, go after them. Now, I do every now and then go after crappie because I like to eat them, but most of the time I go bass fishing, and in the process, if I find crappie, I'll stop, start hammering on them, keep some to take home, and then go back to bass fishing is kind of what I do. But this is the first time that I was like, hey, I want to go target some panfish. And then the irony of that and going to target panfish is I caught a bunch of bass and I only caught one panfish. I did catch a nice big bluegill at the end. You guys didn't get to see it on video because it was dark, but I did catch it. And I'll tell you something about that little white grub, and I'm going to show you what I was throwing. So I was throwing this little white, this is a 2-inch Yum's grub, just so you guys can see. It's on a little like fish jig head. This is a 1/16 ounce jig head that these come, but 1/15, 1/16 ounce you can use, and it comes in a little package like this. So it's Yum's. There is 18 in a pack, 2-inch little Yum's grub bait like that. Now I'll tell you something about this little grub bait, man. This thing is phenomenal for catching big crappie and catching panfish. But it also will catch you bass and catch you big bass. I've caught some big bass. I've caught like 3-pounders and stuff on that grub several times. And so it'll catch other things. It's kind of a catch-all type bait and stuff. But usually it's really good for targeting pan type fish. But yeah, I hammered a bunch of bass on it. That was really cool to do that. I love this. When fishing gets tough in the summer sometimes, I will tie that little grub on just to get a bite. And even when my slim swim's struggling to get a bite, I'll throw one of those little grubs on in either a white or like a green pumpkin color or something like that. And 9 times out of 10, I can start getting something to bite. So it's a great downsize finesse. Get a bite, grab a fish. You guys saw I fished for an hour and 20 minutes, caught 11 fish, had fun. I mean, no huge fish except for the bluegill I caught was big. The bass weren't really big, but they're fun-sized bass. You know, they're like 12 inches. You know, maybe 13. You know, between that 11 and 13 inch type fish. You know, some are smaller. You know, just you know, just fun fish to catch if you want to just go get your line tugged and stuff. And then the other bait I was throwing, which I do throw this 2-target bass, is this grub. Still on a 1/15 ounce jig head. This is a green pumpkin twister tail. It's a little bit larger bait, and that I do specifically throw to target bass. And it catches bass. It'll also catch big crappie. It'll catch other things as well, but it does catch bass, and it catches good sized bass. And that is a Zoom, actually. It's a Zoom twister tail. I thought it was Mr. Twister that made these, but actually Zoom makes these. They're called the Fat Alberts. They come 10 to a pack, and I'm not sure how long they are. I want to say they're a 3-inch bait. They look about a 3-inch bait, but they come in that pack. And so Zoom makes those. I actually picked mine up at Field and Stream, so I know Field and Stream carries them. I also know that I think Tackle Warehouse carries them as well. So those were the 2 baits that I was fishing tonight. And fishing them on, these are my Enigma spinning setups. This is my Enigma spinning setup. This is a 7.2 medium fast rod with Enigma reel on it. They don't actually make this reel anymore. This is one of the first ones that came out. This is actually a saltwater freshwater reel, so you can fish both, which is nice. That's why I wanted to get it. And then I had my Enigma HBT. I have a couple of these as well. These are great reels. And it's on the same rod. It's on a 7.2 rod. So yeah, but just for you guys that are out pond fishing, and even you guys that are out fishing on boats, but you guys that are pond fishing, that pond I fish is really clear, so obviously white works in really clear water. It was kind of overcast, so I wanted to throw, you know, the green pumpkin or a darker color, and I wanted to throw the white. And it worked, man. I mean, I went down there. I only thought I was going to have about 45 minutes, maybe an hour. I pushed it to an hour, 20 minutes. I fished in the dark for a little while. Had about 45 minutes of light, and then it got dark, and then I spent it probably, you know, that 35 minutes, you know, whatever you want to call it, in the dark, kind of fishing. And yeah, I caught a bunch of fish. I mean, 11 fish an hour, 20 minutes. I'll take that any day of the week. That's a good fishing trip for me. It was fun. It was quick. I just ran down. I literally walked down the pond because it's right behind my house, and hammer fish. And that's one thing that's nice about having access to a place that's that close is when I can't get out to other bodies of water, I can go down to the pond. I can throw my kayaks in it. I can get out and I can have some fun fishing. And I've been doing a lot of that, you know, because of this crazy virus thing that's going on. So I haven't been able to get out to a lot of places I normally go to. I'm trying to get some things worked out where I can get out at least once a week to a different body of water. It's trying to get, you know, stuff lined up for my son because he doesn't like being out on the water all day like I do. And to make content for you guys, I've got to spend, you know, a good, you know, day, you know, good solid days. Actually, it's days sometimes to get good content for you guys because some days I don't catch any fish. I mean, we all have those days where you get skunked. But I'm just trying to keep putting out videos for you guys. It's been kind of cool because I've been doing a lot of bank fishing. So for you bank fishing guys, you're getting to see a lot of different baits that are catching banks. If you guys are fishing ponds and places like that, I am going to do some wade fishing in the river. When the river gets a little bit lower, I'll be able to go down there. My son loves to swim in the river, so he'll go there and he'll swim in the river while he'll just wade and swim behind me while I'm fishing and catching fish. And he has a blast. I have a blast. So we're going to be doing some of that. I'm hoping to get on the river and do some kayak fishing as well because I really want to get on some smallmouth. I'm jonesing to do some smallmouth fishing, and I can't wait to do that. And that I'm going to get set up here soon and get on the river and start smacking some smallies. You know, I really want to do a bunch of river fishing this summer, so that's kind of what I'm shooting for. I had other things planned. I was going to be going and fishing Smith Mountain Lake this year, and I was going to be going down to Briary Creek this summer, and all that stuff is now put on hold. Because of all the craziness that's going on. Things have changed. I know things are opening back up, but you know, where I live in the state of Virginia, we got a crazy governor that's just going nuts about everything. So who knows when things are going to really get back to normal, you know, to where we can really do what we want to do. But anyway, I hope you guys liked the video. I like making these little quick videos and stuff where I just get out and do some fishing and kind of show you guys some different baits to throw. If you guys can do me a favor, hit that like button, that subscribe button, that ding dong button, all those things you got to do for YouTube. If you guys want to get some cool baits and stuff, I have a link down below to monsterbass. So if you look down below in monsterbass, there's a link down there. You can click on use my link, go to this page, click on the link, it'll take you to the page, use the code that's down there, you'll get a discount off your first box, and you'll save like $10 or $15, I can't remember what it is, off your first box for Monster Bass, and you can check it out. So there you guys go. That's all I got for you guys, and the only other thing I got to tell you guys is just do yourself a favor, get out there, get your lines wet, and catch some fish.